There is a molecule your body makes that keeps arteries soft, blood pressure low, memory sharp, and cells young. And after the age of 40, your body starts making less of it every single year. By 70, production nearly stops. Doctors prescribe drugs to compensate. Supplement companies sell synthetic replacements for $40 a bottle. But there is a plant growing in sidewalk cracks and driveway edges across 6 continents that floods the body with this exact molecule, and you have probably pulled it out of your garden and thrown it away. And by the end of this video, you will know exactly what it is, why it works, and why no one in the supplement industry wants you growing it in a $5 bucket on your porch. The molecule is called nitric oxide. It is a gas. Your body produces it in the inner lining of every artery. Each time the heart beats, that lining releases a tiny burst of this gas into the bloodstream. It lasts only seconds. It dissolves almost immediately. But in those seconds, it forces blood vessels to relax and widen. It drops blood pressure. It rushes oxygen to the brain. It signals immune cells to respond to infections. It protects organs from damage at the cellular level. Every system in the body depends on this molecule doing its job, and it does its job for about 3 decades before things start to fall apart. After the age of 30, the cells that produce nitric oxide begin to wear out. The decline is steady. It is measurable. By 40, most people have lost roughly half their production capacity. By 60, the loss reaches 70% or more. And here is what makes this relevant to every single person watching. That decline maps almost perfectly onto the symptoms people associate with getting old. Stiff arteries, rising blood pressure, brain fog in the afternoon, fatigue that sleep does not fix, slower recovery from exercise, reduced circulation to every organ, including the ones no one talks about in polite conversation. The pharmaceutical industry recognized this decades ago. The response was predictable. Drugs that force blood vessels open, pills that lower blood pressure by overriding the body's own signaling. And then the supplement industry arrived with its own answer. Powders and capsules containing synthetic compounds designed to trick the body into producing more nitric oxide. L-arginine, L-citrulline, concentrated beetroot extract. Products that cost $30 to $50 a month require cold chain shipping, industrial extraction, proprietary formulations, and repeat purchases that never end. But there is a second pathway. The body does not rely on only one method to make nitric oxide. There is a backup system that runs entirely through food. When you eat certain plants, your body absorbs dietary nitrate. Bacteria living on the surface of your tongue convert that nitrate into nitrite. Your stomach and tissues then convert that nitrite into nitric oxide. This second pathway does not decline with age. It works at 70 the same way it works at 25. The only requirement is eating the right plants. Not every plant contains enough nitrate to matter. Lettuce has some. Spinach has more. Beetroot became famous for it, and the supplement industry built an entire product category around concentrated beetroot powder. But there is one plant that does something no other plant on earth can do. It delivers some of the highest dietary nitrate levels ever measured in a leafy green, and it simultaneously carries the only antioxidant profile capable of protecting the resulting nitric oxide from being destroyed before it ever reaches the bloodstream. Most nitrate sources give your body the raw material. This plant gives the raw material and the bodyguard in the same leaf, and it grows in the cracks of your driveway without anyone planting it. In Mexico, they call it verdolagas. Walk into any traditional market in Oaxaca or Puebla or Mexico City, and you will find it stacked beside the tomatoes and serrano peppers. Families cook it with pork and tomatillos. It has been a staple food for generations. In Greece, grandmothers call it glystrida or andrakla. They toss it in salads with olive oil and lemon and feta and eat it at lunch without thinking twice. In Turkey, it is called semizotu, and it shows up in village kitchens mixed with yogurt and garlic as a cold side dish. In India, it goes by kulfa or luni, used in dals and stir-fries and traditional remedies for stomach ailments. In China, it is ma qi xian, and it appears in medical texts dating back over 2,000 years. The plant is purslane, Portulaca oleracea, and the odds are very good that it is growing somewhere within 200 meters of where you are sitting right now. Roadside specimens absorb high levels of petroleum hydrocarbons, automotive heavy metals, and toxic systemic lawn herbicides. Furthermore, wild purslane closely resembles a dangerous toxic look-alike called spurge, which grows in the exact same pavement cracks. Spurge contains an acrid, white, milky lake sap that causes severe gastrointestinal distress, skin irritation, and toxicity. Always verify a clear, non-milky sap when snapping a stem, and only harvest purslane grown in clean, tested garden soil. County extension offices publish pamphlets teaching homeowners how to eradicate it from garden beds. The most nutrient-dense leafy green ever tested by multiple independent measures, and the official recommendation from the American lawn care industry is to poison it with chemicals and throw it in the trash. Here is why that recommendation has never worked. A single purslane plant produces over 240,000 seeds in one growing season. Those seeds remain viable in soil for up to 40 years. The plant regenerates from stem fragments as small as 1 centimeter. Cut it in half and both halves grow. Pull it out of the ground and leave one small piece of stem in the dirt and it comes back. Spray it with herbicide and it dies on the surface while seeds buried 3 inches down wait for the next spring. This is not a fragile health food that requires a greenhouse and a drip irrigation system. This is a plant that has survived every attempt to eradicate it for longer than any civilization on Earth has existed. Now consider what this plant actually does inside the human body. Purslane accumulates dietary nitrate at levels that rival beetroot. But beetroot is a single delivery vehicle. You get the nitrate and not much else. Purslane delivers the nitrate alongside the highest concentration of omega-3 fatty acids ever measured in any leafy green. 300 to 400 milligrams of alpha-linolenic acid per 100 grams of fresh leaf. No other salad green comes close. Not spinach, not kale, not arugula. A weed growing in a driveway contains more plant-based omega-3 than the high-end supplement sitting in your refrigerator. But the omega-3 is not even the most remarkable part. Purslane contains the highest melatonin concentration ever recorded in any plant species, not as a sleep compound. As the most powerful fat-soluble antioxidant the body uses to protect the brain and cardiovascular system during the hours you are not conscious. Every person over 50 worried about cognitive decline should understand what that means. The plant that grows in the crack of a parking lot contains more of this protective molecule than anything available in a bottle at the pharmacy. Then there are the betalains. These are the pigments that give purslane stems their reddish color. Betaxanthins and betaxanthins. They function as targeted antioxidants that scavenge the specific free radicals responsible for destroying nitric oxide before it can reach blood vessels. This is the detail the supplement industry cannot replicate. You can swallow a capsule of L-arginine or a scoop of beetroot powder, and your body will convert some of it into nitric oxide. But reactive oxygen species will destroy most of that nitric oxide within seconds before it ever widens a single artery. The conversion is inefficient without antioxidant protection at the exact moment of production. Purslane delivers the nitrate precursor and the antioxidant shield in the same bite. The nitric oxide gets produced and then immediately gets protected. No supplement on the market contains a living plant's complete biochemistry. No capsule can replicate the timing. No powder preserves the synergy. The whole leaf does what the isolated compound cannot. So the research exists. The mechanisms are understood. The plant grows on every inhabited continent. And the average family doctor in North America has never heard of it. The question is not complicated. It is economic. The nitric oxide supplement market reached $1.2 billion in 2023. Industry projections put it at $2.4 billion by 2030. Every product in that market requires manufacturing facilities, patent protection, proprietary formulations, retail shelf space, marketing budgets, and monthly subscription models that keep customers buying. A weed that grows in a driveway and delivers the same molecule with better bioavailability generates zero revenue for any corporation. Zero. Search PubMed tonight. Type beetroot nitric oxide. You will find thousands of studies. Now type purslane nitric oxide. You will find a fraction. The disparity is not because beetroot works better. It is because beetroot extract can be standardized, concentrated, packaged, branded, and sold at a markup. Purslane cannot. You cannot patent a weed. You cannot create a proprietary formulation from a plant that anyone can grow in a bucket of dirt. The research follows the funding. The funding follows the patents. The patents require control. Purslane cannot be controlled. The seed industry tells the same story. Globally, farmers spend over $60 billion a year on seeds. Corn, soy, wheat, cotton, all annual crops requiring new purchases every planting season. The business model depends on repetition. Purslane breaks this model completely. Buy seed once, scatter it once. The plant produces 240,000 seeds and drops them into the soil. Next spring, it returns without permission. The spring after that, it returns again. No repeat purchase, no subscription, no quarterly revenue for any seed company. Doctors in the United States receive approximately 19 to 20 hours of nutrition education across 4 years of medical school. Dietary nitrate as a clinical intervention for age-related vascular decline barely exists in that curriculum. Purslane does not appear at all. This is not malice. This is structural omission. A plant that cannot be prescribed, cannot be dosed in standardized units, and cannot be billed through an insurance code has no entry point into the medical system. Your doctor is not hiding purslane from you. Your doctor was never taught it existed. This is not conspiracy. This is economics. Companies fund research that supports their products. They do not fund research that makes their products unnecessary. Universities pursue grants from available funding sources. Those sources favor interventions that can be patented, manufactured, and sold. A self-seeding plant that grows in sidewalk cracks fits nowhere in that structure. The system did not suppress purslane. The system simply had no reason to notice it. But you can notice it tomorrow. Purslane grows in USDA hardiness zones 2 through 11. That covers virtually every inhabited climate in North America, Europe, and most of the Southern Hemisphere. Full sun is preferred, but partial shade works. Poor soil is fine. Sandy soil is fine. Clay soil is fine. The plant does not need fertilizer. It does not need irrigation once established. It thrives on neglect. Scatter seeds on bare soil. Do not bury them. Purslane seeds require light to germinate. Water gently until they sprout, which takes 7 to 10 days once soil temperature reaches about 15 degrees Celsius. After that first week, the plant takes over. Cut stems above the lowest leaf node and the plant regrows from the cut. Harvest repeatedly throughout the growing season. A single planting provides months of continuous production. Eat it raw in salads. The leaves are succulent with a mild, slightly tart flavor. Cook it lightly in stir-fries the way families in Puebla have done for generations. Blend it into smoothies. Add it to soups in the last 2 minutes of cooking. Toss it with olive oil and lemon. And sea salt the way Greek grandmothers do without any recipe at all. It requires a plate and 5 minutes. At the end of the season, let a few plants flower. The tiny yellow blooms will open for a single morning and then close. Inside each flower, seed capsules will develop and split open, scattering thousands of seeds onto the soil surface. Those seeds will sit through winter. They will germinate the following spring without any action from you. The year after that, the same thing happens. And the year after that. And 40 years from now, if you do absolutely nothing, purslane will still be growing in the same spot, still producing nitric oxide precursors, still delivering omega-3, still carrying more melatonin than any other plant on the planet. A $5 bag of seeds from any online garden supplier is enough to start a patch that outlasts you. A single pot on a balcony produces enough leaves for a daily handful through the entire summer. A raised bed provides enough for a family. No cold chain shipping, no extraction facility, no monthly subscription, no capsule. Just a plant that has been feeding and protecting human beings since before anyone thought to write it down. The supplement industry will not mention this plant. Lawn care companies will continue selling products designed to kill it. Medical schools will keep graduating doctors who have never heard its name. Extension services will keep printing pamphlets that call it an invasive weed and recommend its destruction. But purslane does not read pamphlets. It does not respond to marketing budgets. It does not file patents or pursue grant funding or compete for shelf space. It drops 240,000 seeds into the soil and waits. It has been doing this for longer than any pharmaceutical company, any supplement brand, or any medical school has existed. And it will still be doing it long after every one of them is gone.